Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope everybody is fine and safe. I am your teacher Jem Raymond and today I will present to you the different means of verifications or MOVs ng ating mga Teacher 1 to Teacher 3 para sa kanilang RPMS Objective number 14 for this school year.
Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Jem Raymond Chen, Master Teacher 2 from Escalante Central Elementary School. Click like and share if this video tutorial helps you. Don't forget to click subscribe below to keep updated for my future tutorial.
What are the RPMS objectives for our proficient teachers? Our proficient teachers have 15 RPMS objectives. And they have 6 non-classroom observable indicators. But we will focus on RPMS objective number 14. Develop a personal improvement plan based on reflections of one's practice and ongoing professional learning. May module po ang objective na to, module 24 ng ating PPST resource package, at may nagawa po akong video about this para malaman nyo kung ano yung indicator na to at laman ng module 24. You can search it to my YouTube channel. Our Teacher 1 to Teacher 3 are rated according to quality, efficiency, and timeliness for our PMS objective number 14. Unahin na muna natin ang quality. Kung walang acceptable MOV, then rating 1 ang makukuha ni teacher. Now, rating 2 ang makukuha ni teacher sa quality if the teacher accomplished the ESAT at the beginning of the school year. At ang MOV na pwede niyang i-attach dito ay ang certification from the ICT coordinator or from the school head or any focal person in charge for the ESAT in your school. Rating 3 naman ang makukuha ni teacher kapag the teacher sets professional development goals based on the ESAT result. Yung MOV na i-attach niya dito ay yung IPCRF developmental plan niya na nagawa niya before the beginning of the school year. At itong developmental plan na to ay base dapat sa kanyang ESAT result. Rating 4 ang makukuha ni teacher kung nakapag-discuss siya ng progress niya when it comes to professional development goals with his or her rater during the mid-year review. So yung mid-year review form na ginawa niya during the 5th or the 6th month of the school year or during NSET usually, ang i-attach niya dito sa quality to get rating of 4. Para makakuha si teacher ng 5 sa quality, kinakailangang i-update niya yung professional developmental plan niya na nagawa niya during the beginning of the school year. At yung updated IPCRF developmental plan na yon ang siyang i-attach niya to get rating of 5 sa quality. Now, let's have the efficiency. So, kung walang acceptable MOV si teacher, then rating 1 siya sa efficiency. Now, kapag nakapag-submit lang si teacher ng isang acceptable MOV, na nakikita nyo ngayon dito sa screen niyo yung MOV1, yung Certificate from ICT Coordinator about the ESAT, yung IPCRF Developmental Plan, the Mid-Year Review Form, updated IPCRF Developmental Plan from Phase 2. Kung isa lang dyan ang nasubmit niya, then 2 lang ang makukuha niya sa efficiency. Now, kung dalawa lamang out of 4 acceptable MOV ang masasubmit ni teacher, so for example, certification lang from the ICT coordinator na nakapagsagot siya ng ESAT at saka yung initial developmental plan lang niya ang nasubmit niya, then rating 3 lang ang kanyang makukuha. Kung tatlong acceptable MOV out of 4 MOVs here ang maisubmit ni teacher, then rating 4 ang kanyang makukuha. Kapag nasubmit ni teacher yung MOV number 1, 2, 3 at saka 4, for this objective, then ang makukuha niya sa efficiency ay rating of 5. So nakapag-submit siya ng certification na nakapagsagot siya ng ESAT, nakagawa siya ng initial developmental plan based sa ESAT, nakapag-submit siya ng mid-year review form or MRF, at na-update niya yung developmental plan niya from phase 2. Now, let's have timeliness. Now, before natin ipakita kung paano i-rate si teacher sa timeliness, let me present this first so that you will be guided because may connection ito sa timeliness nga na indicator ni teacher. Before the beginning of the school year or the first and second month of quarter 1 ng school year, expected na nakapagsagot si teacher ng self-assessment. And after that, on that particular period din, dapat nakagawa siya ng individual development plan. Ito yung initial developmental plan na gagawin ni teacher based sa result ng kanyang self-assessment. Take note, dapat magawa ito first or second month of the first quarter. Now, during the 5th to 6th month of the school year or during the middle of the school year, kinakailangang nakapag-review si ratee with his or her rater. Or yung output dito ay yung mid-year review form or MRF. After accomplishing the MRF, dapat i-revisit ni teacher yung initial developmental plan niya at dapat i-update niya yon, yung mga entries na yon based sa result na naman this time sa mid-year review. Again, dapat nagawa yan within the 5th to 6th month of the school year. Nabalik tayo dito how teacher are rated according to timeliness. So kung walang mapakitang MOV si teacher, then rating 1 ang kanyang makukuha. Now kapag isa lamang sa mga submitted MOV ni teacher ang nagawa niya on time or within the prescribed RPMS phase, then rating 2 lamang ang kanyang makukuha. For example, 4 nga yung MOV na nagawa niya or na-submit niya. Pero sa 4 na yon, isang MOV lang ang nagawa niya on time. So possibly, 5 na rating sa efficiency dahil 4 acceptable MOV ang nasubmit niya. Pero kapag isa lang sa MOV na yon ang nagawa niya on time, then maaaring rating 2 lang ang makukuha niya for timeliness. Now, kung dalawa sa mga MOV na yan ang nagawa ni teacher within the prescribed period of our PMS phase, kung nagawa niya on time, then rating 3 ang kanyang makukuha. If 3 MOVs are done or accomplished within the prescribed period, then rating 4 ang kanyang makukuha. Kapag ang 4 na yan ay nagawa niya within the prescribed period, again, sa 4 na MOV na yan, nagawa niya ito on time or within the prescribed RPMS period, then the teacher can get rating of 5. Okay, that's all for this video, teacher. I hope this video helped you in preparing your MOVs for our PMS objective number 14. Till next time, keep safe everyone!